Radio check, radio check. Can you guys hear me? If you can, let me know in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Yeah, that would be perfect. Hello, check. Hello. Okay, welcome everyone. It's been a while. Yeah, so glad that we're finally back. I feel like this month, okay, option none says a little bit quiet, so I'll try to increase the volume, although I think I'm pretty much maxed out. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a while for the summer break, and yeah, I'm so glad that we're back. I really have missed Formula One for these three and a half weeks. I don't know how about you, but I really hope that you have had a good rest and yeah, you're ready for the second half of the season, which maybe we will not get so much exciting title fight, but there's a lot going on below. Think so. Says, okay, that's better. Paul, hey, Paul, to see you too. Yeah, so I wanted to have a bit of a chat with you. Uh, Let me just first update the countdown because it says like it's 5 minutes and it stopped there. So I will try to let me see. See, 50, I think the timing now is correct, but let me know if it's wrong. Yeah, the chat also, chat is a bit small. I'm not sure if I can make it bigger screen. And says, I think Grush loved the summer break. Yeah, I mean, I think we all loved it. It is good to have a little bit of a break, but yeah, we are back now and we are all charged and ready to move on to the season. I wanted to give you a couple updates because I have been working on some things on stream, and yeah, if you have any feedback or you think something should look different, please let me know. So yeah, the first is gonna be, as always, we will have on the left side before we start some topics that we will discuss. For example, right now I have added the Cadillac news, so we can talk a little bit about that. There are some stats and yeah, some things that we can look at. On the right side, I have added the weather for all 3 days, although this needs to be updated from time to time because it might change. But basically, it's gonna say, okay, in Friday, we expect rain with 80% chances for rain in the session. Temperature will be 21. Then you have Saturday and Sunday. So this is new for the stream. Uh, the other thing, yeah, I have some transitions that I hope that you will like. So actually, I'm gonna play one now when you go to the starting soon stream, like a quick pit stop, and then you go into the next scene. So take a look at it right now. You have like the flag of whichever race weekend we are, and yeah, there's a bit of a Formula One sound, and I didn't realize that it actually resets the timing when I switch screens. So I'm gonna have to update that. Let me see. Okay. I think yeah, it's gonna be it's correct. So yeah, I will be till Jones, and he's gonna be the one who's gonna take for the session. I tried some things about adding new stats and new live data into the stream, so I can only do that once Grudge is in the stream because I can't concentrate on too many topics. Okay, well, we already have 133 people here, 64 likes. Thank you so much for liking the stream. And if you haven't already, that really helps out to reach out to more people and grow the channel. So hit the like button. It's free and it really, really helps us out. So let's go into the first topic that I wanted to check in, which was the biggest news, I think, from the summer uh, break. And that's that Cadillac has announced that Perez and Bottas will be their lineup for 2026. So I wanted to know what's your opinion on that? I mean, to me, it looks like that is probably one of the best decisions they could have had because they need the experience. They are building the team from zero, and definitely Perez and Bottas are the guys that can really help with that. So I think that was a great decision. But yeah, 65th, the Blue Hawk says great choice of drivers. Yeah, I agree. Although there are some things, I mean, Bottas and Perez have always been kind of the second drivers with Max and with Hamilton. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who is gonna come on top to dominate the team, or will they keep it like neutral and everyone is gonna be working towards the team to perform better, right? Other than maybe competing between themselves. But I think uh, Formula One says good to see the Mexican Minister of Defense. Yeah, it's good to see. I mean, it's good to see them both. Bottas has been quite active even when he's not on the grid. I think that he has been making some memes and yeah, keeping us fun. So it's good to see him back too. Uh, the the other thing is that yeah, Cadillac will be actually the team on the grid in 2026 with the oldest drivers when we put together the years of both drivers. So that's going to be interesting also to see and shows how much experience they will bring. And Yellow says if one of these two retire in the coming years, maybe Felipe Drugovic can join Cadillac. Yeah, I mean, I think they are just setting the ground. And once the team is established and they can maybe start bringing some good results, bring the team up in the grid, yeah, there probably is gonna be some new blood, let's say, into the team, and a driver that could stay with the team for years to come. Because yeah, Perez and Bottas, they have a couple more years, I think, but yeah, they are also the oldest drivers on the grid alongside with Alonso and Hamilton, so they will be making room for other younger drivers. Yeah, exactly. They will still be providing a pathway for new drivers in time. Cannot wait to see the Audi lineup in 2026. Mayton says, is it going to be rainy enough for Inters? I'm not sure if it's gonna be for Inters, but yeah, we will be having rain here and there. So yeah, we will have to wait and see how it's gonna be once the session starts. But it's gonna be interesting session. We're gonna have rain all 3 days. Some days might be more, some days less. I think on Saturday we might have more rain. Sunday not so much, but yeah, it's gonna be really, really interesting. Okay, so let's put actually a poll because I want to know your opinion. What do you think? How do you think is gonna be the situation with Cadillac, and who is gonna be the first driver if someone is going to be the first driver. Because in my opinion, I think Perez maybe look a little bit more hungry than Bottas. But yeah, I'm not sure who might turn out to be the first driver, or if there's going to be a first driver at all. So let's start a poll saying, who do you think will be first driver at Cadillac? Bottas, Perez, or both? Let's see how this one goes. 65, the Blue Hawk says, equal billing until one gains an advantage, I suspect. Yeah, that's very likely that's gonna happen. Says quick 30k cycle ride and back to F1. Yeah, we're all kinda doing the same. I mean, back to F1, not the cycling. That's too much for me. Well, that's such a sad news, but yeah, I'm sure that you'll make the best of it, and it's gonna be gone as quickly as it came. Sending healing vibes, and I think everyone in chat will agree. Coffee says it can be equal. Remember, McLaren tried that. Yeah, I mean the thing is that Cadillac is a new team, so I think maybe their focus will be more on building up the car than to try to win a drivers' championship, because they probably are not gonna be close to that in 2026. But maybe they'll surprise. We'll see. I think that rivalry will come up front when they have a really competitive car. But without the competitive car, I think it's more important to keep the team spirit and not have a bad blood between the drivers, which, I mean, with Perez and Bottas, that's very unlikely in 2026, but who knows? Vicky says, finally we're watching F1 again after the long break season. Yeah, we're back and excited about it. Okay, let me see how the poll is going. So 38% of you think that Bottas will be the first drive, 26% Perez, and 37 think that both will be equal. So the poll is pretty even, I would say, with more people inclining for Bottas to be the first driver. Actually, I think actually Perez might be hungrier and more competitive, to push to the limit. But yeah, it might be Bottas as well. See, we have 168 people here, 79 likes. Thank you everyone for liking. For those who haven't yet, remember to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps us out. We'll have the session starting in 40 minutes, 43 minutes, and Grash will probably join us like 5-10 minutes before that. So I will keep you company until then. The other thing to note about Cadillac is, yeah, all the stats and all the experience that these drivers are bringing. I mean, over 500 races they both have. And in 2026, they will be the third most experienced team in terms of how many races each driver has done in F1. So the first is going to be, of course, Aston Martin, because Alonso has like 35% of all the races since 1950. Second is Ferrari, because yeah, Hamilton has quite some races under his belt, and well, actually Leclerc also has a lot of races so far. And third is gonna be Cadillac with 527 races, I think. These are both drivers that have been race winners. They have been on the podium a lot. They have been in the points a lot. So it is gonna be really interesting to see them in a new car. It's like Uh, if in the 2000s, it's like we have a new team that has Barrichello and Coulthard, I would say. And it's crazy how their stats are even. I mean, Bottas has more wins and more poles and more podiums, but if you see in the points, they are kind of even. Like Bottas is ahead like 150 points from Perez so far, and he has had less races, like 35 less races. So they are really, really even. And maybe we didn't get like the ideal scenario to see Hamilton and Verstappen in the same car and see who is better, but we will get their wingmans in the same car, so we can see maybe there's some indicator for Hamilton and Verstappen there. Bottas was even more with Massa at Williams. Yeah, exactly. He was fastest driver at teams before Red Bull. He was excellent. Yeah, I agree, my quest. He was really, really great at Force India and Racing Point, and I think he was standing out. He was a leader in the team, but then, yeah, in Red Bull, he came in a different environment. It was different situation. Yeah, he needed to learn to be a second driver, which is not easy. Okay, well, I think, yeah, the poll is not gonna be conclusive because I see all of you. It's like Bottas 39%, Perez 25. Both will be equal 36, and I don't think we'll ever decide this, but it's good to have some numbers before 2026. So let's see if some of us can guess it. So I'm gonna end the poll, and actually I'm gonna switch the graphics because I think we can move on from speaking about Cadillac. Let me see how I can do that. And we switch to the good old graphics with the standings. And yeah, beside the standings, we have this stat that only 30% of people watching the stream are actually subscribed. So sometimes you may think that you're subscribed, but you're not. So make sure to check and click the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss uh, any stream, because we do this for every session, I think since 2019. So it's been quite a lot, like 5, 6 years. And we'll keep doing this. Also today we are live on Twitch too, and we're gonna be live on Facebook. So welcome everyone that is watching us there. I'm trying to do the F1 fact, so let me see if it's working. I think it should be. Yeah, it is working. But I really need to update these facts. I know that on the stream the live chat is kind of small letters, but that's just temporary because that's the place where we will see the radio messages from the drivers. So maybe I'm gonna have to make it bigger, and but at the expense of making the minimap smaller. I don't know which one do you prefer. Like, will it matter to you if the minimap is smaller, or maybe we should just keep the minimap all over the screen and remove everything else? But I think that's not ideal. Yeah, so well, we will have more stats and data after the session starts, but for now, it's gonna be like this. Have you guys been summer break? I know some of you it has been summer, so maybe you've been hitting the beach. For some of you, it might be winter. Yeah, because we are all over the world. 56 likes. So thank you everyone. Four more to hit the 100. If we can do that, that would be amazing. Okay, we're 36 minutes until the first FP1 session in the second half of the season. Also, to give you a quick update, I might be doing a commentary on some sessions. I think Grash won't be able to do FP2 today, so I might be back for FP2 and try to do commentary. I just need to figure out a setup because yeah, there's gonna be too much things, and I don't know if my computer can handle everything. So I might need to buy a new laptop or something to support me while I'm commentating and streaming. 65, the Blue Hawk says, coming out of winter here, not a minute soon either. Yeah, I kinda want the winter now because it has been too hot here this whole summer, so kinda looking forward to it, but it's gonna be a while until we see it. Paul says we're autumn now. Yeah, same would be here, but still I think for 2 3 weeks it's gonna be too hot here. I live beside the beach. I'm ready. Yeah, I'm a little bit of jealous for that. Coffee says Norris does well in the rain, surprisingly. I mean, he has had a couple hiccups on the rain in the past seasons, but yeah, if he has a good start in the rain, anything is possible. But he has some troubles with the race starts this season. How's the lap record? 111, while fastest is 109. Yeah, I think the lap record refers to the fastest lap in the race. For 2024, 109, I think that is the pole position lap. So the pole position will almost always be faster than the fastest lap in the race, unless there has been rain on in quali. Says I live in the hills. That sounds like it's shady and nice place to hide from the sun. Zoner, hello, hello, and welcome to the stream. I think you might be first time here, so make yourself comfortable and let's watch some Formula One. Almost 200 people watching and 102 likes. Thank you everyone for liking. On to 200 likes. Try to hit that before Grush joins the stream for commentary. Also, you will see a small icon on the left bottom side, which is basically indicating who is talking. So it's going to be the racing statistics logo, which means that I am talking. And once Grush joins, it will change to the Grush logo that he has on YouTube, so you know who is talking. I mean, I think the ones that are here for quite a while, they will recognize the voice and they will know who is the commentator. But for those that are new, it's a good indicator to show who is your commentator for the session or who is talking right now. Yeah, we will all support you, Paula, and I think it's gonna be well with the analysis and with your help. Our thoughts will be with you, even when you're not in the stream and you have other things to do. 30 minutes until the session starts. So maybe in future we can start the streams a bit closer to the session, unless there's something that we should talk about. Yeah, otherwise I think I might start them like 30 minutes until the session starts, or even closer than that. Check also because during the summer break we have been doing some posts on YouTube. I don't know if they have reached to you, but basically when you go to the channel, the Racing Statistic channel, there's a tab that says posts, and we have been adding there some stats. We have been adding some quizzes, some polls, and let me see what you have done and how have you interacted there during these 3 weeks. Maybe I should show this somehow on the screen, but I don't know if that's gonna be possible. Let me see. So we had one question that said, "Who is the rookie of the year so far for you?" And I think the majority of you said Hajar, but I think it's more like, yeah, he was really good in the beginning, but now kind of Bortoleto is uh, coming ahead in the last couple of races. So I think it's close between them two. Antonelli also was doing really good in the beginning, but now he had a couple DNFs and finishing outside of the point. So maybe he's not the favorite. But I would say definitely Hajar and Bortoleto are in the contention for it, and maybe even Lawson as during the end of the first half he has been improving a lot. So it's gonna be close, I think, for the rookie of the year. And of course, there's always Alonso here. Colapinto has a bad car. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But we will see. I mean, Gasly is doing pretty well. I mean, not pretty well, but he's doing a lot better than him in that car. So maybe he can try to close the gap to Gasly, and then he might be also considered for Rookie of the Year. But I think he's far from that, at least this year. Shay, welcome to fans. Thank you for the support, Shay. It means a lot. And yeah, for those who are members, you know that you can use these custom emojis that we have in the chat. I need to check if we can add more because YouTube has like a limit. You need to have certain number of members to be able to add more emojis. But for now, we have, let me see how many. 16 for now. And it's some of the cars and then some of the drivers with their numbers. But we will be adding more as we get more members. Expect Lance Stroll line of podium. Yeah, Lance Stroll has had some good performances in the rain. I think he got a pole last year or the year before, but then in the race I think he dropped down. Case if there's rain, it will be certainly interesting. I think in 2023 on this track we had like 88 overtakes when it was rainy. So it's a good track for rain and for overtaking. And of course we'll miss it. We'll miss this track in future. So the rain might make it epic for one last time. For this weekend, we'll have the C2, C3, and C4 tires, and there will be 72 laps of racing. And also on screen, I have the last year results and tire strategy. We had Norris first and Verstappen second. They started on those positions and they went from mediums to hards. It was a one-stop strategy mostly, and almost everyone started on mediums. So the biggest increase, I think, in the top had last year Leclerc. He went ahead 3 places and finish on the podium. So it is, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it's gonna go this race, because we might have rain and probably see some inters. I don't think we're gonna see the wets because we just never see them, and I don't know why they are here, but yeah, for inters, I think there's a good chance. Otherwise, if it's dry, we're probably gonna see something similar like mediums to hards, or yeah, hards to mediums with one-stop strategy. This me. Well, it's you. 200 people. Thank you, everyone. Stay on YouTube. I think I follow you on YouTube. Yeah, we're YouTube Johnny. So thank you for tuning. We haven't made a lot of videos recently, but we have had like a lot of videos with stats and visualizations on YouTube. So you might know us from there. And there's Grash on Twitch. Subscribe to Tier 1. Thank you, Grash, for the support. I think you're probably the oldest subscriber on Twitch and on second always oldest on YouTube. See, last year we had Hamilton gain positions, so he gained 6 positions in the race. He finished 8th and he started 14th. Also, his strategy was softs to hards to softs. The last time pole was 109673 set up by Norris. And if we say see rain this weekend, I don't think that that's gonna be broken. So yeah, that's probably gonna be a slower time this year than last year. Let us know, guys, where are you watching us from in the chat. It's always fun to see. Maybe your neighbor is watching us and you don't even know. Dalibor says, I think mid teams might do miracles, high downforce, and once We can get most grip at the front. Yeah, I agree. David Taylor says, what happened to Grash? Yeah, Grash is gonna join us soon. I'm just filling up for him, and yeah, just to keep the time until he joins. But yeah, he will be doing the commentary in FP1. He might not be able to do it in FP2, so I'll fill in for him in FP2. But for FP1, he should be here. Dalibor says hi from Croatia. We have Tasmania, Sydney, Australia, Thailand. Formula Nation is somewhere near Australia. So yeah, we're all over the place. We have another one from Sydney. Aussies are representing. Yeah, I guess Oscar kind of brings a lot of following, and a lot of people started watching F1 in Australia, especially that he's leading the championship and might win the title. We have Poland. I think it's Poland, or was it Monaco? I don't remember which flag had the white on top. Danny Ricky Naudi if he doesn't have a seat in Cadillac. Yeah, I don't think that Ricardo is gonna return to Formula One, but there's always a chance. Okay, so Monaco is the other way around, so that's Poland. Maggie is coming from Melbourne, Australia. This joke says I have been following since the days of Jack Brabham. Brabham. Yeah, that's quite a long time. I mean, you have been basically here for most of Formula One history. Southeast Asia. Okay, we are 19 minutes until the race start. Also, you might notice on the minimap, I have added the DRS detection zones and also where you will notice the green line. That is where the DRS actually is can be open if you are within DRS range. So I hope that's helpful. Mm, So being G over 70, I was watching Jim Clark. Oh, that must have been a great experience. Many of us will never, well, didn't have the chance to watch him, but yeah, watching Jim Clark was really interesting. There's one thing that I wanted to ask you because even though McLaren is winning the Constructor Championship, the battle for second place is kind of interesting and it's very even. So we have, let me actually see exactly the points. I have it here. So we have Ferrari on P2 with 260 points. Mercedes is on P3 with 236 and Red Bull with 194. 194. So who do you think could will win P2 in the Constructors Championship? Actually, that is good for Paul. And there's Grash. Yeah, once you're ready, Crash, let me know and you can jump in. In the meantime, I'm gonna make this poll. Let's see. Who 60? 6. Yeah, I think we'll see what you guys think. Obviously, Ferrari is in the best position because they have 260 points and they also have, I think, from the three teams right now, they are the only team that kind of has two drivers that are really contributing towards the P2 position. Because in the beginning, Mercedes, yeah, had Russell and Antonelli bringing good points. But right now, I think Mercedes is turning into like something like Red Bull, and Russell is dragging the team ahead while Antonelli is not having such a great time. So, yeah, I think Mercedes and Red Bull could potentially battle for P2, but that could happen only if Antonelli and Tsunoda really start getting good points, not just points being, 7th, 8th, 9th, but really start to get closer to the podium. Otherwise, I think Ferrari is in prime position here because Leclerc has been consistent. Hamilton maybe somewhat inconsistent, but he still brings good points in some weekends. So I think Ferrari is in prime position, and it seems like most of you agree with that because we have 50% think that Ferrari will be P2, 28% Mercedes, and 23% Red Bull. Okay, so I will leave this poll so until Garage joins, so we see how more you think about this. Says I voted safety car. S- s- Chat. I think you might be first time here, so make yourself comfortable as the session starts in about 13 minutes. And for those who are just joining, Grash is going to be your commentator for FP1, and he should be here in 5-10 minutes. He says, so hope Max can show us something spectacular. Yeah, it would be great for him to get, well, not just a podium, but also a win in his home race. And if he can do it in the rain, I think that would be amazing for the fans. Soon we're gonna start getting the data for the live timing, so I'll try to update everything on screen. So bear with me because that might take a while. I wanna try some new things and some new graphs. So hopefully you will like it. Says what's the forecast for the race? Yeah, it seems we're gonna have rain all 3 days, but will it happen right in the race? Will we have just a little rain or more? Yeah, I think we will know as we get closer to the race start time because it's really hard to tell right now. But we might see rain. 280 people watching, 144 likes. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, for those who haven't already, make sure to like the stream and subscribe to the channel. It's free and it really, really helps us out. It says cheering for Max member for 17 months. Thank you so much for the support, Maggie. It means a lot, really. Okay, I'm gonna try to pull the live timing now. So bear with me. Something happens on the screen. It might take a while. Risk of rain for first practice session is actually 0%. So we might not see. Sorry about that on screen. Thank you for the support. Thank Trying to bring the minimum. Yeah, I'll let you. Grush is gonna join, so yeah, I'm gonna be signing off.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or me dead of night. Welcome to the Rain Statistics channel. The boss has been talking. As he told you that I'll be here for FP1. This is again this crash. I'll be here for FP1. I won't be here for FP2 because I have a work meeting, unfortunately. It's gonna start in the middle of FP2. So I won't be able to hear. You guys can stop with the G's. Thank you guys. I'm now live. Yeah, I want to thank everyone. I was sick last Grand Prix. Something was in the air. Literally, it was something that was in the air that made me sick. So I want to thank you, everyone. Literally woke up in the middle of the race. I was disoriented. My throat was completely scratchy as all heck. So there was like almost no way for me to do the race. So I want to thank everyone. Big news basically coming in. It's been the summer break. And the big news was that Tuesday, Cadillac confirmed that Checo and Bottas are going to be their drivers next year. So experience coming back. I mean, that's really what it is. Again, as we go into again the last 10 races of of the season, I can't believe there's still 10 races. Um, it's a fight basically between Norris and Oscar for the drivers' championship. I mean, this is pretty much in place for McLaren to win the constructors championship at this point. So was looking at F1 TV just before I came on. It's not raining right now, but it had rained yesterday at some point. So we will get issues of track evolution. Unless will get reset every time it rains, it's going to reset because basically it's washing off the rubber that's on the road, effectively. So right now we've got a green track, so we will see track evolution come into play today. Given that it's now dry right now, the prediction that Ruth gave, I think it was Ruth, was that most of the teams are going to be out as soon as possible in the next 3 minutes, which we are 3 minutes to go before green light. Again, this track has two DRS zones with two detection zones. And this is last year for DRS in F1. They're going to go to active aero next year. We're going to use in the C2, C3, C4. So not the hardest compounds, but one off of that. Not the the C6, C5 that's fastest. We're not using those either. So the middle ground of compounds as it looks. I want to thank the green chatters right now in chat. That would be Paula, Dark. I know Shay was here. I know Naiki is here. Um, Dark has been a member for 10 months. Naiki 17 months. So that's one of the benefits of being a member month to month. You get these super chats, free super chats. Thank those. And if you are a green chatter and you haven't spoke up yet, now's the time to do so. It's very windy today. That's something that we need to keep an eye on with that we're gonna have to keep an eye on is how windy it is across the track right now. Zandvoort has a reputation of being windy to begin with, but it's much more windy than it should be. So Mike is saying it's close to Amsterdam. They have bright sunshine in the city there. Again, you guys just a few kilometers away. Everything can change quickly. Yeah. Prediction 80% today, tomorrow, and Sunday. 80% chance of rain right now as it stands. Again, we'll get as we get closer to each event, a more uh, closer prediction will be said. All with the chance right now over even in the United States, we've got IndyCar, which is our premier open wheel racing series, and Alex Blow has basically has won the championship already for this year. Was had a chance to almost to break the all time tie the all time win record, and there was a rumor of him being linked to Red Bull, and that's basically clickbait. I know that the owner of the team is he's on Chip Ganassi Racing. Chip Ganassi, the owner, basically said it was clickbait. Is the when it was referred to. So that yeah, one of the wild things. One of the other wild stories out there is that Colton Herta might move from IndyCar to Formula Two. Now the reason why the issue is that Colton Herta can. We are starting with the virtual safety car out. Green light has started, but we have the VSC deployed. Trying to see why we have a virtual safety car at the moment. So Lando is on track right now. That track is not visible right now, just for the boss, just so he knows. So what's going on is there's a virtual safety car test being done underway right now. So yeah, so Lando I think is the only one. Lando, Hulkenberg, and Oscar and Lawson, Ocon are the only ones on track right now, or coming out on track for allow. So they're slowly trickling out onto track, and we are now back to green flag. So that was just a virtual safety car test. It's just odd to have seen it at the beginning of free practice one. Normally, I've seen this at the end of a session or um, between sessions as a test of the system. Um, Apparently, this is common when the race director for F1. He was the former race director for F2, F3. Apparently, he did this regularly in F2, F3. So double up in Twitch, I say it's basically a beach track so close to the sea, which would explain weather in this case. I mean, humidity right now is 58.8, and that again, that's just a function of being right next to the sea. I am understand that level of humidity just by being by close to the sea, and if you're within an hour of the sea, you're going to get that level of humidity. Fairfan, did I miss anything? Not much. The F1 race director did a virtual safety car. But that is pretty much it. Trying to see what you guys are right now. We are trying to get the track up on screen right now, so just bear with us as we work on that. There was something odd with the track display this morning, and that's usually that's normal for FP1 to something weird be happening with the track. So just bear with us as we sort things out. Oscar has gone top of the board with a 114.1, yeah, 19198. Isaac has gone 114.639. We're getting Hamilton is his fastest sector one right now. Science is fastest sector two. Oscar is fastest sector three right now. So this will jump up. We're missing the time for sector three. That's being cut off by right now. Nellie's gone to P2. He's got the fastest third sector, 22.230. Goldie again has AI slap. Apologies, man. That's YouTube being crazy, unfortunately. Sykes has gone to the top of the board with 113.863. Snowden has gone 80 thousandths behind him. Science right now, fastest sector two. Hamilton faster sector three. Hamilton goes to the top of the board 113.306. Alonso starts in seventh. Leclerc starts in the fifth. So Williams up at the top of the board, second and fourth right now. Science was top of the board before Hamilton took it. Russell goes third, 113.913. He's 607 behind Hamilton. Right now we've got Max on pace. He's finishing top of the board. Had fastest first sector, that was just taken away from by Oscar. Has fastest second sector. Hamilton still holds the fastest third sector. Max top of the board within a 112.767. He's basically half a second faster than Hamilton. So again, track evolution, everyone. Already in 6 minutes into the session, Max has basically shown that there's track evolution in play here. Hulkenberg goes P2 with 113.290. He is 5.23 behind Max. Norris has now gone P2. He's only 1.84 behind Max. Fastest third sector for Norris at the time. Oscar on top of the board, 112.678. He's 89 thousandths faster than Max. Lawson goes sixth on the board. He's 0.9 behind Oscar's time. Ocon has gone 12th. He's over 1.5 behind. And Bartolao has gone 10th, 1.2 behind top time. See, we are playing with our format right now. Don't know why we don't see drivers at the moment. We will, as soon as we can, we will show those on track where they are. Pretty much everyone is on track except for Russell, who has pitted. He's done 3 laps so far. Alonso has gone. No, he's gone P4. Okay, so what you guys are talking in chat right now? Alonso's gone to the board 112.577. Fastest first sector. Everyone has been using mediums except for Snowden, who's on hard. Uh, Russell's coming out of the pits. Lawson has come into the pits. So again, these are points where they've come in and out. Looks like small change for Russell, so it's not a big. So we're not talking like a brand new wing or anything. In fact, in terms of technology this weekend, the only upgrades, um, there's like a small part on, I believe, Aston Martin and another team. Um, doesn't really affecting aerodynamics. Only other team that's bringing an upgrade is we set a yellow flag and it's resolved back to green right away. So someone's come off and come back on. Red Bull has brought a new front wing, and ultimately um, has a new front wing and a third back wing as well for the circuit. Right now, Yuki Tsunoda is the only one running that new upgrade, so we'll see how things go. Again, right now Yuki is 3/10 behind Max with that new upgrade. Albon's gone top of the board, 112.5, 457. So it's 1.2 faster than Alonso's time, 2.2 faster than Oscar's time. Oh, wow. Hamilton just did a full spin. Um, he is lucky, and it looks like he did that around turn three. So yeah, Hamilton just did a full circle going into turn three, kept the car on track, and kept going. Yeah, destroyed medium tires. He's got flats. That's on those tires now. That definitely spots of flatness on those tires. Max has gone to the top of the board with 112.101. So again, Max setting a line in the sand and having everyone follow. 3.56 gap to Albon now. I think that might be the another yellow flag. And this is Yuki Tsunoda has gone into the gravel, but he is still moving. Is nope. Wait. Tsunoda's in the gravel. Antonelli is in the gravel, and he's beached. And everyone, we have our red flag because Antonelli is beached in gravel. Um, this red flag moment has been brought to you by Antonelli. Is this sponsored by anything yet? No, but if you would like to sponsor Red Flags with Grash, let's talk. So again, we have a red flag because Antonelli has been beached into the gravel, and he's going to need help to get out of there. So there's nothing wrong with Antonelli's car. It's just he's gone off track and into the gravel. I wonder if there's something related to Yuki. Yuki managed to get back to the garage. He was the other one who went into the gravel. Following along with Yuki Tsunoda's replay, and he spins. And it looks like he was turned around towards the flag. So Antonelli comes. Is he responding to what happened to Yuki? No, he just doesn't make his turn, and he goes into the gravel. He managed to stop the car before hitting the wall, but he means ultimately into. He comes to a stop into the gravel and stops there, and he gets beached. So this is why we have a red flag right now is Yuki Antonelli. He'll be out for the rest of this session. He'll be back. He'll be back for F2. I I don't know. I don't know if he can get back. He can return to session now that he's being pulled off the track. They are basically lifting. They're going to lift the car with a crane because it's literally beached into. Sonoda. He was on the hard tires. He's the only one who was on hard tires. So we've had Hamilton spin and save his tire and save the car. We had Yuki go into gravel and spin around sideways to the track, and then he went through the track gravel to get back onto track, and then evidently just doesn't make his turn and gets beached into the gravel. So you've got 45 minutes and 44 seconds to go in this session. Again, this is the Racing 66 channel, and this is Grass with you with your red flag moment of this session. There are no cars on track right now because we are in a red flag session. Top of the board right now has been Max Verstappen with 112.101. Science has gone P2 since I've last checked. He's 0.331 behind Max, which is a new faster time for Max. Max is the fastest first sector. Alonso fastest first sector. Max fastest second sector. Science fastest third sector. Why is there a red flag? Because Antonelli has been beached. See if I can. Would you watch the actual clips and not just the stats? I mean, one of the things that you can do if you're looking for the actual stream of the session, F1 TV. I'll tell you right, I'm not sponsored by them. I use F1 TV, and I haven't gone back since. I mean, I went from crazy thing to using ESPN Plus because I'm in the United States. I just didn't like ESPN Plus. It's really just the Sky broadcast, to be quite honest. And yeah. And then I've moved to F1 TV, and I have enjoyed. Yeah. Now's a great time to like and subscribe. For those of you who are on Twitch, if you follow us and you have your settings set up correctly, you'll get notifications when we go live. With YouTube, if you subscribe and you hit the bell, you'll get notifications when we will go live. And we do go live for every session. So FP1, FP2, FP3, quali, and the race itself. If it was a sprint race weekend, excuse me, everyone. It's not in this case this weekend, but we would be live for the sprint quali and the sprint race itself. And again, we'll be back, next year when the season starts up again. There will be, I think, 2 weeks of two full so 2 weeks of preseason testing that will be broadcast. We'll be live. I don't know if we'll be fully. I don't know if ever there'll be someone here all the time, but we'll be live covering who's on track, what's going on. Again, we're looking to get back on track in about a minute. Thank you, Hippo. We do have a website. Again, we've got other videos that are on our YouTube channel, and we also have a website where we are basically putting up stats. So one of the things you'll see in FP2, before FP2, you'll see a chart where we will calculate what was each driver's ideal time versus their best time. So the ideal time is defined by the drivers. If you took the best sectors and made that into a virtual lap, that is the ideal time. Track is green now. Why is it green with this red flag? No, Sweden, you're behind because it's gone green now and cars are back on track. Russell's the first driver to come out. He's already gone around the hairpin and turn one hairpin. Is it raining quality? This is just free practice one, Oracle. Again, it's not raining right now, but rain is predicted over this weekend. Josh MCG 12 shouting out from McLaren in Twitch chat. I know in YouTube chat the usual Maxiteers, our Max fans, are here. Polo, Mayaki, Shay. You added one more since we were here. Working on Yuki's car. I mean, they brought Yuki's car into the garage, but that's normal. I mean, they're going to come back out. We've got 40 minutes to go in this session, so we're now looking at the cars. And most of the cars are going to come out for a new program. Norris on a flying lap right now. Looks like he's on a flying lap at least. No, it's free practice tomorrow. There's about 80% chance for rain tomorrow in quali. Or it's about to refresh. There we go. And we've got drivers on track now. There we go. Map is back. Yeah, again, this is FP1. This is not unusual to have the track not working for like the first 20 to 30 minutes of the FP1, and then it just magically starts working. G's in chat for the map. For those who don't understand the G's, again, G is for Grash. Also, the typically there is you throw F in chats, but this is not. We're not Call of Duty. Our girl's asking, I came late. What did you miss? You missed a red flag. We've had again. So before the red flag, we had Hamilton do a 360 on track. We had Yuki go off track and go through the gravel and get back on track. And then we had Antonelli missing his turn and went into the gravel. He stopped before hitting the wall. Again, no collisions with walls or anything, which is crazy. I think Norris may have gone off track just by a little bit. He has. He dropped the left side of his car into the gravel. So he went over the curbs. Right side was still on track, so he didn't go off. So he technically did not go off track. Looks like we got some new people in chat. I want to thank all of you who are here. Question from Mina. Pit out means out. So pit out means basically that they are leaving, and one of the Williams is now doing their impression through the gravel. Looks like they are still, yeah, both Williams are still moving. So they went through the gravel and came back out on track. So you'll see pit in, pit out. So basically, someone has entered the pit. Pit out means someone is leaving the pits. And if you look at and so Oscar is one of the people who are leaving the pits right now. If you look at their sector 1 times, their subsectors, you'll see the first 3 subsectors are blue. And it means that that is an indication of them leaving the pits. Someone who has entered the pit, such as Alonso and Russell, you see that the last two subsectors on in sector 3 are blue. That means that's the indication of them that they have entered the pits. Again, yellow means that the driver has not improved in their time in that sector or subsector. So yellow, again, right now, Norris is a bad example at the moment. Norris is now a good example. So Norris did not improve. He's like 5 seconds off in sector 1. Now he had just done a flying lap, so. But yellow means indication that the driver has not improved or than his best time in that sector. And you got to keep an eye on relative, like again, 29.2, that's 5 seconds off, whereas the science fastest first sector is 24 seconds, 0.6. Hamlin just went to 11th, looks apparently. Yep, 11th with a 113.237. Looks like our next driver we're going to follow is Leclerc on a flying lap. Green means that the driver has improved in their times in that sector or subsector. So Albon right now has improved in sector 1, and then purple means that a driver has gone the fastest in that sector or subsector. So Oscar has gone fastest in sector 1, 24.578 was the time. And he's got a couple of subsectors where he is the fastest as well. Science has gone fastest in the third subsector again. I'm sorry, third sector again. And Max Verstappen currently holds the fastest second sector. Albon moves up to P3 at the end of that lap, 112.184. Oscar right now coming to the line. He's going to go to the top board with 111.794. He's almost 0.2 faster than Max right now. 1.92 specifically. One of the things that we are looking at right now is that because we're at the end of the regulations, this set of the formulation, times are very packed up. It is not unusual to see free practice go from P1 to P20 under 2 seconds. Right now it's 3.3. We jumped to Antonelli, who's now out, is 2.4. And then we've got Behrman Gasly just above 2 seconds. So P16 to P1 right now is under 1.7 seconds, 1.8 seconds, I should say. Specifically, Lawson right now is 1.88 behind Oscar. So he was 1.5 behind previously with Max's when Max was top of the board. So we are going to see, again, the term that we're being used here is called track evolution. So what happens is as the track gets rubbered in, cars are going to get faster. They are able to get more grip because there's just rubber on the track. The problem is when it rains, that rubber basically goes away. It literally washes the track of that rubber. And again, we had a lot of rain yesterday, so this is a relatively green track right now. We are seeing the first out on soft tires. Hulkenberg just did a P10, 112.584 in the Sauber on a soft tire. He's 0.79 behind. Oscar's McLaren has now come. Both drivers are now coming out on track on soft tires. Lando is halfway around the track. Turn 10 into the straight to 11. So he's almost into sector 3 right now. Oscar just basically coming around to turn 3 right now. So in about a minute, we'll be getting times from them on those soft tires at a flying pace. Right now at 13:14 going to the straight of the finish line. Hot take: Wish Kimmy gets sick or something so Valkyrie can race. Kispa, Valkyrie's going to race again. He's been signed to Cadillac for next year, so Kimi doesn't have to get sick. We got Lando fans and Max fans in Twitch chat. The Ferrari fan with a bunch of numbers says he loves them both. Coffee saying everything is a paid subscription. This is the only place you can watch. Well, welcome to our chat. Thank you for being here, Coffee. And those of you, again, if you can't watch, we are an alternative way to stay up to date with what's happening. And then Oscar has gone top of the board. He went 1.5. Let me see. No, he's starting his flying lap. Norris has gone top of the board. He's 1.5 seconds faster than Oscar. He is in the 110s, low 110s. Now, having said that, Oscar right now is on a flying lap. He has the fastest. So Norris had a full purple lap. It means basically sector 1, sector 2, sector 3 were all purple. That's now changed. Oscar has taken sector 1 from Lando. Doesn't get sector 2. He's off by 2/10. But he's about a tenth faster than Lando in sector 1. He's not getting those, and so he goes green in sector 3, and he's only a 4.22 behind Lando. So there's points where Oscar is losing tenths to Norris on track. Norris did a 1.24, and Oscar did a 21.59 in sector 3. Norris did a 24.8, and Oscar did a 25.0. So it's 2/10 there, another 2/10, almost 3/10 in sector 3. So that gives you the 0.22 behind. Again, Oscar was faster than Norris in sector 1 by almost a half a tenth. So. Hey, Kimmy stopped the car, got out. He's perfectly fine. They will get the car back to the garage, and then I don't know if he'll be allowed to go back out. But there's no damage to the car. Basically, Kimi Antonelli basically was beached in the gravel. That's why we had the red flag. And that will give us a red flag counter for 1 for me now. My red flag counter got reset during quali, so. Huckenberg going P3, though he is 1.5 behind. 1.5 behind Norris, even though he's P3. Specifically, almost 1.6 behind. It's 1.597 specifically. So, soft tires are coming out in force right now. So again, Barlow going P4. He's 1.688 behind Norris this time. Max is right now in the pits. So is Russell and Stroll, which is 5.67. Leclerc has done P4, 1.673 behind. So it's about a tenth and a half, about 1,500ths difference between Bordello and Leclerc. Max was on mediums, Shay. He's still in the pits, so give him time. If he comes back out, I suspect he'll be on soft tires. Hamilton going P5. He is 1.682. So he's 9 thousandths behind his teammate. Sainz has gone P3, 1.224 behind Norris. Again, we've got a huge gap. Norris put in a mega lap. Did a 110.278, and the only other person in the 110s is Oscar, but he's almost a half a second behind. If I said Albon, my apologies. Sainz is P3. Albon right now on starting a flying lap. We're looking at Lawson, Tsunoda, Ocon are the ones on flying laps have started already. Sorry, Lawson's the pit. He hadn't proved, but abandoned the lap to pit. Gasly's starting a flying lap now. Alonso coming to the line, and Alonso right now, that was an out lap for Alonso. And he's starting a flying lap. He's got a subsector that is purple already as he headed into the turn one hairpin. Norris is pitting. Leclerc is pitting. Here comes Tsunoda to the line. Russell right now on an out lap, starting a flying lap. Tsunoda is 17th. He's 0.25 behind Norris. Albon jumps up to third. He's just shy of 1 second behind Albon. We've got Oscar on a flying lap. He's got the fastest first sector. Did not improve in sector two. He's about 2 tenths off. Just a little bit slower than he was before. He's going to come to the line right now, and he's going to not improve in his position, but does improve in his time. He does a 110.570, so he cuts that down by a tenth overall. Albon came in third, 111.259. Alonso has now gone third, 110.841. He's 0.563 behind. Albon is shy of 9.8. It was Sainz that came in P5, 1.224 now behind Norris. Norris right now is currently in the pits, so they're prepping his car for another setup. Russell P5 at 111.386 is his time. 1.1 is his gap to Norris at the moment. Stroll right now cooking, improving in sector. He's improved in sector one and two, fastest subsector in two. He's going to jump up to 6. He's 111.14 to 111.392 time. He's only 6 thousandths behind Russell, P4, P5. Comment in chat, definitely for P2. We're talking about rain here. Sure about quality, but there's a high chance again for rain to be in P2, FP2 later today. I unfortunately can't be here for FP2. I'll be here at the beginning. I'll be here in chat, but I won't be able to do coverage because I have to be in a meeting while FP2 is running. So my apologies. I will be back for FP3 tomorrow, and I'll be right now I'm slated for quali and the race as well. If you are thinking you might want to join us on commentary, you have something you might have a perspective on F1 that's different, unique, informed. Again, Isaac right now has just done a P9. It's now been pushed down to P10 because Borrell's gone P8. Isaac just did a 111.862. Borrell did a 111.509. Again, these are over a second. And again, a lot of the drivers are over now from P5 down. They're over a second back. We've got 21 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in this session. Again, you're listening to the Race Statistics YouTube channel. McLaren's have gone 1, 2. Alonso's gone P3, Albon P4, Russell P5, Stroll P6, Sainz P7, Bartolo P8. Gasly P9, Lawson is 10th, Isaac 11th, and Hulkman is 12th. Max is just getting back onto track. He's been in the pits for quite a while. He's dropped down to Leclerc and Hamilton at 13th, 14th. Max is 15th. Max was P1. The time that Max put this 111.986 that Max did was top of the board at one point. But he's been in the pits for several minutes now, almost about 10 minutes, I would say. So he's just getting back onto track. His last time was set on a medium tire. He's now coming around on an outlap. He's coming around 13, 14 to the line. And he's going to be on soft tires now. He's now actually picking, as I can see, he's picking up speed at the end of this lap to start the next lap flying. '16, Nicole Pino, Ocon, Behrman, the Haas's are 17, 18, Tsunoda is 19th. Tsunoda has done a couple laps already, and I'm surprised that he's still down. He's on a soft tire and he hasn't done better. The only thing I can think of is that that he's on a different program that's not quali related, and so he is basically he is on a different program that's not quali related, so like maybe a race related run. Again, Antonelli is P20. So he's going to jump up 3 spots to P18. He's 1.8 behind. Ganelli is right now. He then was basically stopped on and got beached in gravel, brought out a red flag. If you want to be a commentator, come join us in Discord and talk to us there. Also, send an email at statisticsracing@gmail.com. And the Haas's, no, that's the Alpines. Ooh, Hamilton has to dodge one of the Alpines. They were going slow in the, not maybe impeding. Let's see, look at race control. That might get called out for impeding. The way that Alpine was going slow in the racing lane. Yeah, and Hamilton almost hit the Alpine because it's not his fault. In terms of being a commentator, I mean, working knowledge of F1, obviously, and then conversational level, not necessarily fluent. I mean, I'm a fluent speaker, but our boss, yeah, I would say, has a very thick accent. But it is what it is. Uh, Conversational level of English would be required. Why is Antonio still in the pits? Because he got beached. He got beached into. He didn't crash. He got beached in the gravel. Will these be cars out in FP2 because of rain? There will be cars out on track. I don't know. Again, with rain predicted, I mean, if there's actual rain, someone will go out on intermediates because they will. Maybe wets if we're lucky for lulls. Outlap means basically that they've left. When you see outlap means basically they have left the pits. So when someone leaves the pits, that's out there. We call that their outlap. So the time on that lap doesn't count because it's not a full lap because part of that lap is they were in part of the pit lane. And you know that someone is on an outlap, like Russell just again and Oscar were on outlaps because the beginning of their sector one were 3 blue dots for those sectors. That's the pit lane. Again, we're seeing a lot of people coming to the pits right now. Like Albin right now is in the pits. He's got 2 blue dots at the end of sector 3. That indicates of him coming that pit lane, the parts of him coming into the pit lane, and the pit lane itself. We've got under 16 minutes to go in this session. Again, this is the Race 60 channel. Again, this is Grash with you live. Ooh, we've got Sector 1, Sector 2, P1, P2s to sector times. That's really useful. That's super, super useful. That's a great change, boss. Why Hamilton 15th? I suspect that Hamilton has not gone out on the soft tires in a quali run and maybe more of a it looks like someone says he bored a lap, but I also don't think he was going full bore. I have a feeling that several people, while they're on soft tires, they're not necessarily going full bore on those soft tires right now. They're not going as fast as they can. Um, they're not doing a quali run, but doing a race related run, which is weighted down. Basically, you'd be weighted down with fuel, for example. A different setup. Ty says you're 1 compound harder, saying Murray and Chad. F1 at 12. Send an email to boss. Because I know we've had other commentators not use Discord, so it's not necessarily. It's easier if you do, and we prefer if you do, but it's not a requirement per se. 18 plus. We have to. I'm assuming that we're dealing. Given what we're doing, we have to probably assume that you're an adult. So they have a higher pit lane speed for Zandvoort this year. Would it improve the race? No, not really. A higher pit lane speed will probably take what, a couple tenths at best in terms of the delta time in the pits. I wouldn't that's not the way you improve the race. It's not that. I mean, yeah, I mean it'll improve marginally, but not significantly. If we wanted to improve the race, we're looking at least a half a second each lap. We're looking at least something that would allow cars to overtake better, and that's what we're looking for, or make it easier for cars to take turns and not be so rough. So again, one of the things that we've seen is that on a couple of tracks, the curbs have been older. The older curb styles have been replaced with uh, flatter versions of those curbs. Yeah, what's the total lap? Well, that depends on the driver. There is actually so after their last lap, there is another count. There's another column for how many laps they've done. So, for example, right now Norris has done 23. Lonzo has done 16. Um, uh, Again, Antonelli did 6 laps before he got beached into the got beached in the gravel and it stopped on track. Now Norris is 23. That's the top number right now. Several have done 21, such as Oscar, Albin, Science 22 now. Leclerc has done 21, he's in the pits. So we've done, low, like Max has done 13. He was in the pits for very long. So is Dona's done 13 laps. So that looks like the lowest of those who have been consistently on track and have not been beached. So Clerk coming out on track right now. So it's Isaac. We got 11 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this session right now. Again, this is the Ratistics YouTube channel. We're also on Twitch. I think we're on TikTok and a few other channels. I know we're on Facebook as well. Again, this is Crash. Crash Yariza is my username. Alcon's gone 17th. He did a 1.6.173 lap time. That's not an improvement in his times, unfortunately. Right now, no one is really improving in their times at the moment. These times could be baked in. And I'll be honest with you. I have a suspicion that we're not going to see any more times, any qualifying laps from anyone, any of those really flying laps. And that's mostly because FP1 is typically not representative of quality in the race. Now, if it doesn't rain, FP2 will be more representative of the quality in the race. But that's not, if it rains, all bets are off. And that will wash the track of any rubbering that we're getting as well. This question in YouTube chat: do we cover F2 and F3? We don't cover F2, F3 like we do F1 with a session. We do talk about F2, F3 occasionally in our Discord. As it stands right now, I believe the F3 champion has been determined already. I think there's only one more. There's like a couple more races in F2. So, for those who are motorheads, again, the last race of the year for IndyCar is this weekend. That is Nashville, and it's on an oval. It's on an oval because the street track that they were using goes by the Titans Stadium, and they're doing road work and other things around that stadium right now, making it not available to race on. And the story was they tried to do another street format without it, and then basically it was like it wasn't worth it, and they went back to the super speedway nearby, which is probably the best. It's a good super speedway that they have. Again, right now, I'm not seeing anyone improving on their time, so we're looking at, again, we've gone back to mediums and softs. So this is more race run simulation, looking at tire degradation on these runs. What happened? Kim got beached in gravel. He basically missed a turn, went straight into the gravel, stopped his car in the gravel, and got beached. And that brought out the red flag. Before that, we had Yuki had gone through the gravel, and then just before that, we had Hamilton do a 360 turn on track. So we've had no collisions, no accidents, no one's bottled it completely. Kimi didn't spin. Yuki spun and went into the gravel. Is Kimi car okay? Is there no damage? It's just he got beached in the gravel. He did stop before hitting the wall, so there's no damage to his car, save tires. and pride. We are under 7 minutes to go in this session right now. Again, we're coming quick to the end. Again, those who are on YouTube, you'll be brought to the FP2 stream shortly after we end. For those who are on Twitch, basically stay where you are, keep the window open, and you'll be brought to when we go live again. You'll be ready to go. Again, I won't be here for FP2. Again, I have a meeting, real life meeting that's taking precedent. I'll be here for the beginning of FP2 in chat, so I won't be completely gone. I just won't be on air. I will be back for tomorrow for FP3 and for quality, so don't worry. Again, I've gone back to work. I'm a teacher, so this is the first week of classes, and so I've got meetings related to that. This is a division, a department meeting, effectively. I probably know what's in most of what's in there. Aston Martin is flying. Not really. Stroll has gone into the pits. Alonso is P4 right now. Stroll has moved up to P3, actually. He does a 110.779. I missed that from him. But I'm not seeing anyone improving in their times. I'm not seeing any green popping up on the charts. A few have been. Again, not all of them. Again, I'm in the United States, so F1 is motorsports is not is only, it's a smaller section of the population follows motorsports, and F1 is still growing. I have a colleague who's in F1. I mean, that's about it. We're talking about a handful, about a dozen people we're talking about in this group. So not many people are following F1 like I do, or are major fans. They may be just watching the race, and they're not watching free practice like we are. Show's coming out, and that makes sense. That you'll be on track to do a pit lane start at the end of the session. We're under 3 minutes, specifically 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this session. He's asking, are you rooting for someone for the World Drivers' Championship? I'm actually kind of rooting for Oscar. I mean, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to enjoy these next 10 races. My gut feeling is that Oscar's going to take it, but there's still a lot to happen. Stroll's on an outlap right now. We'll see if Alonso does a flying lap of glory. He hasn't picked up time yet. We're looking for our sector 1 time under in the 24-second range. We'll see that. Stroll coming to the line. He's not improving in his time as well. Alonso does a 25.6, so that's not necessarily representative of a flying lap. He does improve in one sector, but that's not representative of a good lap. Same with Stroll. He does a 25.3, 3/10 faster, but he's still over a second and 2/10 behind Oscar's time and another tenth and a half to Norris. So we're saying he's a bit concerned about 26. Yeah, today's not the day to talk about again, we've got only about minute 30 left in this session, so don't really have time to talk about those new regulations. Will Kimmy join in FP2? Yeah, he'll be, so basically Kimmy, if you get it, he's just out of this session because he had to bring his car back to the pits by crane. They had to get a crane, get it off track, and then put it on a lorry and then bring it back to the pits. But there was no damage to his car. He stopped before hitting the wall. So it's just a matter of just bringing the car back to the pits. He'll be back for FP2. We are under a minute now. Someone with a kanji with their username, I can't, my apologies, can't pronounce what that is. Hope Max can win. And again, this is Max's home ground. We really can't rule him out. Though right now he is 1 point, about a second behind Norris and Oscar. We'll see what Red Bull does overnight. This could be a weekend where Friday they're trying to figure out setup and they're behind, and then tomorrow they are looking much more competitive. So that will be the story in FP3 tomorrow, I suspect. Yeah, no one's pushing at this point. And so time has come to a conclusion, and Max is the first one to take the checkered flag. So, good free practice. We got our red flag. Thanks, Kimmy. Again, I won't be here for FP2. The boss will be actually taking over commentary duty during FP2. So that's about 2.5 hours from now. Again, this is the Racing channel. This has been Grash. I've been here for FP1. I'll be back tomorrow for FP3. The boss will be here for FP2 in 2.5 hours. I'll be in chat. I just won't be on stream. For everyone on the Racing channel, we will see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. everyone. This is Grash again. Jumping back on because an incident just happened. Max Verstappen basically went to the line and did his practice start, and he basically charged down to turn one and missed his turn, and he went off at turn one into the gravel. Now he did not hit the wall. He's just basically beached into the gravel. Same thing that happened at Kimi Antonelli, effectively. But he basically went off at turn one, beached into the gravel. It's a driving error by Max Verstappen. Now he's just an incident. Well, I mean, it's just him by himself. He missed his turn and turn one, went into the gravel and got beached, and it's just odd. As I got off, literally I looked up and there was a yellow flag. This would have turned into a red flag if we had any time left on the clock. But given it's the end of the session, what does this mean for Max? Not much. He was just beached. He did get out of the car. He's fine. Ultimately, they're just going to have to put it on the lorry, bring it back to the pit lane. There was a lock. Apparently, there was a lockup with his tires as well. Oh yeah. He locked up his tires. He stopped on the escape route. So there's a strip of pavement for cars. So those cars that need to get into that gravel, they're supposed to go to that strip of pavement and get back onto track. Max is now heading back into the pit lane. He's walking back, but ultimately he's fine. The car will be. It's just going to be a longer time to get the car back to the pit lane because he's not driving it back into the pit lane. We will see Max in that, like it can mean we'll see Max back in FP2. There's no damage to the car. He didn't hit anything. He just stopped at the he stopped on in the gravel area. So. Again, this has been Crash. It's just weird. If I had waited a minute, I would have still been on air. So just wanted to make sure you guys knew what had happened with Max. It's just driver mistake. It's a rare mistake. So I will see you guys all tomorrow again. Hopefully the boss will be here for FB2. Take care, everyone. We will see you soon.
Okay, thank you everyone. Just a quick reminder that you will be now taken to the FP2 stream. So if you can, please hit the like button before you go there. It would be really, really amazing, and it really helps us out to hit the likes before the stream even starts, because YouTube, yeah, will bring more people to our stream. So I will end the stream now, and you will be taken to the FP2 stream. Just hit the like button there, and see you in a bit.